What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action sporting in the blue color playing a set. His name is Grass. His opponent today in the red color playing as Zeus. His name is Eric. This is just a random Verbally ladder game. For some reason, I'm feeling like this needs to be moved over a bit. It could just be my own OCD. All right, so Zeus versus Set on Oasis. The more I am playing this matchup as Set, the more I'm realizing exactly what Set needs to do to find a win in this matchup. And generally speaking, it's going to come down to the ability for the Set player to pressure the Zeus player on their gold mines. If you can hit gold as Set, what that means is the gold income for the Zeus player goes down, which means they're going to be training less Hippocon. So the entire aim here is to be able to be building yourself some, you basically want to be able to build yourself, bolt on the priest there, very, very standard. Anyways, you basically want to be able to build yourself a ton of chariot archers, and the Hippocon are going to be the ones that aren't going to be there because there's not going to be enough gold. So you have to be trying to hit that gold mine as much as you can to slow down the Hippocon production. Now, sometimes that can be very, very challenging, but on this map here, I mean, it's still going to be challenging. You almost have to be in two different fronts at once. You've got to be on this gold mine and you have to be on this gold mine at the same time. And if you're not, then sad times. All right. So relic over here, we do have the Kopesh of Horus. I still haven't installed my advanced tooltips, so I'll explain what this one does. This one gives, I think it's 100% bonus damage versus myth units to the heroes. Is there another relic that's been picked up somewhere along the ways or just has not been spotted? Must be up in this corner here is my guess. Nope, it's over here. I was close. And the flagstone of Buhan, which is going to make your walls cheaper there. As we do see, Eric has spread out his goats. This is, while stealing goats might seem like a good idea, shifting sands is such a vitally important god power in this matchup that, let's say you were to steal all 12 of these goats. That's actually something that, as a Zeus player, I would prefer my opponent to use that god power to steal my goats than to actually use it offensively somehow, like to hit my villagers or get their villagers into a position that they otherwise wouldn't have been able to get into. Just food for thought there. I do appreciate the moving the goats around so that shifting sands doesn't get max value, but and obviously you can maybe move them into a position where not all of your goats are going to get taken. You could kind of bait your opponent into doing it, like putting the 6 goats together on one spot and 6 goats together on another spot, meaning, yeah, if you're shifting sands, you're going to get 6, but the Zeus player can hold 6 there still. 7 villagers coming up onto this town center with the Pharaoh to empower it. Oftentimes this Pharaoh doesn't get working straight away. So whenever you build a town center, we do see Grass is on top of that one. You've got to be immediately empowering this one up. If we take a look into the main base of Grass, he's only got the 1 monument at this point, a little bit short on the gold, which means he's not going to be able to pump those gazelles out as fast as he otherwise should be able to. He's also got the zebra over here, which he can eat, but I imagine the Odysseus of Eric is going to come through and cause some big problems onto this one. So it will be worth it here for Eric to not eat these gazelles just yet and try and eat up as much of these giraffe as he possibly can to play around that Odysseus. But eating these, especially with the Pharaoh empowerment as well, it's kind of a big deal. Alternatively, you could also wall this off and it would be completely fine. As we see a town center coming up for Eric. Generally speaking, there's not really much surprise to this for the Zeus player. Zeus can go for 1 town center aggression in this matchup and make it work. But on a map like Oasis with not much hunt, it's not the best of ideas to go for that. There's also some issues trying to... Ooh. What's the plan here? Oh. That's the plan here. No, okay. I've seen this before. This is a lot of damage. Okay. Another villager down. Minotaur down. Restoration in. Villagers will have to retreat away here for, most likely here for grass, as the Odysseus should be able to win this fight. The villagers retreating back on this position here with some good micro. But we do see a wall coming up on this position. Some more villagers are going to come through to join in onto the fight here. And grass is like prevented from retreating here. He is in a big trouble here. Oh, what a fiesta. And grass can retreat back up this way. It should be completely fine where that's concerned. But a significant villager advantage for the time being. As another villager does go down, these villagers are still going to try and deny this town center over here as the villagers over here trying to take a fight. As grass is on top of this one. Good micro here from grass with the villager pullbacks there. Odysseus misses that arrow on the laborer over there. Is this one going to be trying to get away? Might go down as well. No, Odysseus is a little bit drunk. No, not that drunk. As another villager going to be going down. The town center coming up. We do see a ghost building here going to be preventing those villagers from getting through. He can't get the other one up though, unfortunately. He's still trying to get this path blocking down, but does not quite manage to finish it off. Town center is up. Villagers retreating back. 32 villagers to 27. And grass is down to shifting sands. But Eric is also down the restoration. Who came out in front on that one? I don't really know. That's a hard one to tell. Because I don't think grass was actually... Well, what grass did get here was all of this time on this hunt. However, he wasn't eating it, so he's also lost out on his pharaoh, which is a big pain where that's concerned. And Eric here is just going to go for a third town center, and he's going to be completely fine here at this moment. As all the villagers retreating back, we do see the Odysseus is coming in, and there is a little hole for him right in here to sit and cause problems. Oh, no, the Odysseus is getting targeted down by the tower. Perfect. Exactly how it's supposed to be. There's double towers, plus temple, plus forest. You cannot get in here to stop that gold mine from getting grabbed here. This is the sort of map that I think most maps should look like. The towers around this gold mine, the gold mine close enough to the town center, and a forest in front of the gold mine. Just to ensure that if you really want to be putting pressure onto this gold mine, you've got to put effort into attacking it. You know, you can't just send one unit in and hope to get some value here out of it. You have to put some effort into actually attacking. Nonetheless, grass now getting up the walls over here as well. Eric trying to wall this position up as well, as he does see that villager going to get that first shank off to get some sort of an advantage here. It's a very, very aggressive wall for Eric, and he does get that shank in first. The question is, will a villager get over here in time to help out? And surprisingly, grass doesn't retreat away as the walls. Is he going to be able to get the walls up? And he does bring another villager in here as well. Is this villager going to attempt to retreat away, but too slow? Surprised to see two villagers dying there, but that's what happens as we do see the Odysseus and the Jason pushing forward. A couple of slingers here should be enough to actually deal with these low HP units, though he's attacking the Odysseus here instead of the Jason, so maybe not, as these guys are going to kind of go down to that Jason with 34 HP. Nice value there, as well as we do see another wall coming up on this position as both players are trying to control this location here as best as they can. But Nephthys is now coming through for grass. And Eric is just in a fantastic position. You have to say that. He's got himself this position all walled off. There's no way to shifting sands onto this gold mine. He's got a town center here protecting himself. He's got another gold mine over here he's already mining. So by all metrics here, Eric is setting himself up for success in this game. That doesn't mean that... It kind of means he should automatically win, but he still has to play well to find the victory here in this matchup. And there's no real good counter to the ancestors at this point because he doesn't have restoration, obviously no ceasefire either. As the farms are starting to come up here, houses coming through. We see an armory coming down as well for Eric as another wall going to be coming up here on this position. And we'll see what grass can do. What's grass's plan here? Farm starting to come down is another thing that's going to really slow down any sort of timings. So grass might be considering going for some sort of a Well, he's getting his Migdal up over here. He might be considering to go for some sort of a late game orientated approach where he's just trying to hit his version of the late game before Eric can hit his, which when you're down a town center, it's not impossible because you can start a trade route over here going to this town center on this position and then eventually come over and grab this town center and actually have a decent chance there in terms of villager count, because he's only behind a couple of villages here. So starting up the trade route at this point would kind of equalize on that position where that's concerned. As the wall's coming up, the spearmen come through to push back, and we do see some archer ranges, stables coming up over here as well. As now Eric going to move down to the bottom side of the map. I would love to see Eric coming up into this corner here and starting to wall this off over here. Securing this corner for himself is a really, really good trade route. And there's nothing over there at this point, with the exception of these units here, which are going to be taking out these Hippocon. But sneaking into that corner is not going to be a place that Grass goes until he grabs this town center, most likely. So Eric should know that he's kind of free to go over there as these villagers are trying to getting sniped down over here. And this is an opening for Grass to exploit here, as Eric hasn't quite gotten the walls up there just yet. Obviously, he's broken down this one here already, as we do see some walls now getting thrown down by Eric to fix that one up. Hippocon going to be retreating back for the time being. Apollo coming in. Horus coming through. Easy way to play around Horus. Throw down an extra building on your town center. On every one of your town centers, just have an extra building on it, and then get fortified town centers. Get fortified town centers or masons. I can't remember which one it is. It's one building plus masons as, or one building plus fortified town centers as Greek. I think. I could be wrong. Can't remember. Maybe it's not. I know it's fortified town centers plus masons, but if you put an extra building on it, that's like 1,200 extra HP, which ends up being the equivalent of what that masons or that fortified town centers would have been anyways. So you can kind of get it for cheap in terms of your defense. Kind of. It costs 300 wood to get a building on every single one of your buildings. Anyway, nonetheless, Eric's still trying to put some good pressure on over here. There's the heroic age through for Eric. He's got himself that Apollo, so at any point he's going to be able to get some good damage done as these spearmen getting chased down over here by the Hippocon. Probably don't need to chase these with the Toxotes. Just a handful of Hippocon should be completely fine. So Mark is going to get thrown up in this position over here. Eric does have this corner, but there are a couple of hyenas being annoying on that corner there as well, as Grass going to be retreating back. He's still only at 119 pop. Now he's in this corner on this gold mine. Was saying that Eric probably could have gotten some walls down here already. Not necessarily to stop the town center, but just to get in on this position and just wall this all off over here. Nonetheless, we do see Grass now setting up in the center of the map here with the Migdol stronghold. Eric is at full population. He's got 80 villages in the bank. He's getting his upgrades through now. He's going to be going to the Mythic Age, going through Hephaestus. Sometimes I feel like going through Hera in this matchup might be an answer for Zeus players who are under the pump, because just picking off an entire bunch of chariot archers for the cost of a god power can be enough to help you get back into the game, but then you don't have access to that Colossus, as we do see the tornado coming down. Any masons in? No masons in. This might not be enough to keep the town center alive here without having that masons through. We'll have to wait and see what it's going to be, and it does look like it does end up getting taken down. A bit of a misplay there from Eric to not grab that masons upgrade there, as he had all the resources in the world, plus all his town centers were full, not working there because he's already got his 80 villages. So now Grass is going to be able to spread through here, pushing off of this gold mine. There is this gold mine over here, and Eric is already onto it with his villagers, as he knows that's what's important at this point. The fortress also getting taken down there, as the chariot archers starting to spray arrows onto this position. Eric retreating back here. He does need to get himself upgrades. These are heavy chariots versus unupgraded cavalry. There's the medium cavalry coming through, as fortified town centers also coming in for Eric. The villagers going to be attempting to get this town center up over here. You have to remember there is still also access for Eric to Underworld Passage. So at any point, this back town center can get underworlded onto. This town center can get underworlded onto, as there's the Mythic Age for Eric as he drops his Plenty Vault down, getting himself that Forge of Olympus. The timing here, I mean, the fact of the matter is that Eric is still alive on this gold mine. He has been hit on the villages quite severely there. He dropped down by about 10 villages, but He's still got gold mines. He's still got farms. He's still alive in this position. Though losing some villagers there on this town, on this temple is not the best of situations. Now we've got the chariot archers, champion chariot archers through for Grass as the siege tower is starting to push in onto this position. Grass is 4 town centers. He is at 160 pop, but he does not have himself fortified town centers just yet, nor does he have a trade route started. Plus, he's on these farms. Does he have upgrades on the farms? He doesn't even have plow at this point. So he's really, really hurting where that's concerned. Potentially sending the pharaoh back and spamming some hippos out at home to eat so he can start a trade route up and delay the plow, delay the irrigation, delay the flood control. Wouldn't be a terrible idea here as the hometown center is under some pressure. We do have Forge of Olympus is through. Copper Weapons is coming in, but it looks like only 1 armory up at the moment for Eric as he's just waiting and biding his time in this position, just taking a lot of damage at the moment, but he's still getting everything. He's still got economy coming in. So while he's losing buildings, he's still got economy coming in this game. Plus he's got that plenty vault. So you have to also add that in to the villager deficit, which is basically non-existent because of that plenty vault, as the Hippocon going to come through and try and take out this siege tower. Odysseus has managed to snipe down that Avenger there. Grass would really do well with sneaking through onto this position and starting to raid this. Attacking this town center doesn't actually matter in the slightest. Obviously, if he can kill the town center, that's really, really good. But what matters is trying to get in and trying to pick off those villagers from that gold over there. As we're starting to see some towers coming through here for Grass. Bronze mail coming in. We do have that Bellerophon is queued up to try and snipe the catapult here. As bronze mail, copper shields, heavy infantry, heavy archers coming in onto this position here. As the Bellerophon is now out, we will be seeing that Bellerophon diving in, trying to take out these units. Bit of a misclick there. Probably could have gone onto the catapult as the Manticore trying to get some good damage done. Eric is now down to only 98 population. Where are his buildings? Does he not have any buildings up at this point? He's been losing them, but he hasn't been reproducing. He's got 900 wood, 1,400 gold in the bank there, and Eric just could not survive here, and he is currently blaming the Katoskopos here. This guy. I just can't. I gotta push back a little bit there. That one is a silly comment. Eric was in a great position here. Masons would have really, really helped in this position to help the town center coming up here. Grass had no siege at that point. Grass had no siege on this town center. He just killed it with a tornado. So if you had Masons on this position, this town center wouldn't have gone down. He would have been able to repair it back up. And it would have been a lot more difficult for Grass to push through and get this damage done. Not only that, but building some buildings back here to be able to keep playing in this position would have been a fantastic position, a fantastic way to get through here and survive. But didn't end up making it happen. And Eric does get the loss there. Well played by Grass. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.